It has been a year since I left my corporate job to pursue creating content on YouTube full time. Do I regret it? Well, the answer to that question is no. There has not been a day that I have woken up and said to myself, man, I wish I was driving into the office. I wish I was sitting in a meeting that really had no purpose. I wish I was on a Zoom call. I do miss traveling for work because I would always somehow work in something fun like going to Disneyland. But I don't miss anything about my corporate job, except if we're being honest, the less cost to myself for health insurance, dental insurance, and vision. And then it was nice having that bi-weekly steady paycheck, because let's face it, being a YouTube content creator, one month you may be making a ridiculous amount of money. The next month the views might not be there and you might be making half. So you can never really, you can kind of expect what you're going to make, but some months you might be shocked in good ways and bad ways. But yes, it has been a year since I've left, and I don't regret a single thing about leaving. I don't miss that corporate world at all. Has it been easy? No. I think many people see YouTube and content creators on YouTube as having cushiony, easy jobs. For some, depending on what their channels are, and if they have people that do things such as filming and editing for them, it might be easy. They just have to talk and show up and do whatever they do. But I think for many, and perhaps for most, it's not an easy job. I have worked on making content for YouTube, plus reselling and my research. I put in more hours a day than I did at my corporate job. I put in more hours a week here than at my corporate job. Pretty much from when I wake up in the morning to when I go to bed at night, I'm working on something for my self-employment. But yes, it's not easy. You have to figure out what content you're going to be doing. You have to drive there. You have to film. You have to hope that your camera is working. You have to come back and do editing. You might have to do a voiceover if music is too loud. You might have to do research, such as myself. I do a lot of research and then I get into rabbit holes. So there are so many components of creating videos for YouTube that it's not just, oh, let me sit down, oh, we're done, good videos out there. Editing, could I be better in my editing? Yes. Could I add some flair and pizzazz and fun transitions and all this stuff? Yes. Do I know how to do those things? I would have to go to YouTube and start watching a lot of tutorials on how to do those. And then I'd probably add a few more minutes, hours to my editing time, but I know that it would make my content a little bit perhaps more fun. So that's one of the things that I would like to do this year, but yeah, it's not easy. Am I where I wanted to be this time of year? No. I'm almost at the 50,000 subscriber mark. It has been a slow and steady climb for me. You know, there are many moments in the life of a content creator that are, milestones. Getting monetized, that's a big milestone. That's what people are here for on YouTube, essentially, because for many that is their full-time job. So getting monetized, reaching that 10,000 mark, the 20,000 mark, 50,000 mark, 100,000 subscriber mark, that is when you get your YouTube button. So those are all milestones, and I would have loved to have reached the 50,000 by this time, by the end of December, but it didn't happen. I had a few videos that did fairly well, but I did not have any videos that went viral. And viral meaning they get hundreds of thousands of views, possibly into, breaking that million viewpoint, along with adding 10, 20, 30,000 subscribers on at a time. I didn't have that. I had many videos that I thought were good, that were worthy of that viralness, but it just didn't happen that way. In the world of YouTube, you have that algorithm, and you also have the thumbnails and the titles. Sprinkle a little bit of clickbait in there, and that helps to kind of boost your video. Clickbait pretty much is when you use a catchy, eye-catching thumbnail or a title that tells the truth, but kind of is maybe a, one of those, I caught a fish this big story, and you add that in there and it draws people in. Some people like it, some people don't. I don't really want to clickbait my videos. I mean, let's face it, some of them I can't. How am I going to clickbait my mail videos? Not happening. But there were a few videos that I thought would do better than they did. They didn't, and that's okay. We are just going to be moving forward into this year of 2022 and trying to kind of fine tune, thumbnails, titles, and also add something to my content. Go out more, go to more flea markets, more yard sales. I love to hate yard sales. I'm not necessarily going to say do something different because I like what I do. I don't focus all the time on the monetary aspect of reselling. That's just not me. I'm not one to list things I found at a garage sale and then list what they sold for. I just don't do that. I'm in for the historical, the personal, the emotional value of items. Occasionally, yes, I do mention the monetary aspect, but if I were to make, a video telling you how to list things online or going over, every single thing that I've sold, to me, it just would not be genuine. So I don't do those things. And maybe that's why in the world of reselling on YouTube, I'm not really in that category of resellers. I keep my eBay store private. I have been, and I will continue to do so to the chagrin of many people. I do that for a variety of reasons, some personal, and then also some practical. I never started a YouTube channel to promote an eBay shop. I have my Etsy shop, which I have not listed in for quite some time, but I will be doing that. And that focuses more on the ephemera side. Ephemera is my true love in the vintage and antique world, mostly because I just love the idea that here was this item that was not meant to last, this piece of paper, and here it is 100, 250 years later, and I'm able to find it, to research it, and to share it with all of you. I have a lot of history behind the paper videos that I want to bring to you all. I would love to edit them a little bit different, bring some pizzazz to them, so it's not just me yapping over a slideshow, but I'll have to watch some YouTube videos for that. But for me, for this past year, not being employed by the corporate world, it has been a challenge, but it also has shown me that I can do it. Am I rolling in the dough? No. I can pay my bills. Yes, I actually paid off my car loan a year early. So that was a big accomplishment for me to be able to do that. They don't even make my car model anymore, but I do love Volkswagen. So yes, being able to pay off my car loan a year early, that was wonderful. But I'm still trying to be frugal. I'm trying to be smart about how I spend my money and also save my money. Hopefully this upcoming year, I'll have some videos that do really well, and I'll be able to perhaps take the trip that I want to, or travel somewhere to so-and-so to film and include that in my content. Fingers crossed. But I don't regret anything about leaving my job. Nothing at all. Someone asked me, well, what job would you do if you had to go back to work? And honestly, I don't even know. I can't answer that, because I think to myself that I would have to give up the freedom that I have to do what I want and what I love. And it's because of you all that I'm able to do that, because without you, the viewers, I wouldn't be able to sit here and make this video and have you watch it and be able to say that I left my corporate job to pursue doing something that I love. Going back into the corporate world, which I don't think I would do. You know, would I work at a grocery store? I don't know. Would I work at a museum? Then I'd have to research other things for other people that may or may not necessarily interest me. That is what is wonderful about being a content creator for YouTube, is that you can do what you love on your schedule, on your time, and make it work. So in 2022, we are still going to be so thankful for not having that pharmaceutical corporate job, not having to travel that disastrous stretch of highway every morning going into work, and not having to cry in the bathroom because you are mentally burnt out and sad every single day going into the office. It hasn't been easy this past year. There are a lot of areas that I could have improved on, but I think overall, getting through my first year of self-employment, I should give myself a thumbs up. And just know that there's always this year to improve, make things better, do things better, and have a lot more of adventures and bring you all along with me. So I hope that you enjoyed this little rant about this past year being self-employed in the world of content creating on YouTube. And again, I just thank you all for those that have been there from the very beginning or those that have just joined. You all watching my videos, commenting, means so much to me, and it is so appreciated because again, without you, this would not be possible. I would just be making videos that would probably sit on my computer and I'd be typing away some corporate email and then going to the bathroom to cry. I'm not doing that here. So I want to thank you again. I hope you enjoyed this. Stay tuned for more adventures here at Paper and Moose. There's a whole new year of adventures. Hopefully this is the year of the house clean out, perhaps more trash bag homes. Please, oh please. Different flea markets, other adventures, hopefully more estate sales. We're just going to get out there and see what we can find or what can find us. So thanks again for watching. Hope you have a great day. I'll see you all next time.